Hi, my name's Germaine. I'm from Offshoot. We have studios here in Canberra, and today I want to talk to you about setting up a video podcast. Let's start with the audio side of a video podcast, arguably the easiest thing to do. We're here in space 2, which is our audio focused space, our audio focused studio. And the first thing that you're going to want to do, whether you're recording here or recording at home or wherever else it might be, is get some sort of recording tool. So what this does is it allows you to put an SD card, which is what it will write audio to. It allows you to hook up to 6 individual microphones, plus you can interface with a computer to do things like Zoom calls. You can actually even take like phone calls and do like a old school like radio call-in show if you wanted to. So that's the first thing that you need to get set up, and into that you plug in microphone or microphones, and that's basically the audio side of things. In my opinion, getting audio really right is very important. The good news is that it's pretty simple to do right. Now we get to the more complex part, and this is where we've found our clients start to really lift the quality, the production quality of their podcast, and that's by adding video. Now, in my opinion, you have more or less 2 different approaches to how you do your podcast. And that is that this is assuming whether it's a 1-person, 2-person, doesn't really matter, but either you have one camera that sort of just captures you both, or the single person. And that's a fairly simple thing to work on. It's one step above like an audio podcast, but to me, the real sweet spot is the next step up, which to some people is a 2-cam setup, but to me would be a 3-camera setup. And what you're going to want to do, so I'll just grab one of the cameras that we would use for recording video. And what you want to do is set up the cameras in such a way that essentially they're pointing at an angle, allowing you to isolate each individual person. This is for a 2-cam setup. For a 4-cam setup, you might group 2 people in one shot and the other 2 people in another shot, or the other 1 person in another shot. But what you want to do is set up the cameras in such a way that they're pointing sort of from the opposite side. So you're looking at one guest over there, another guest over there. And then you also set up a wide shot that you can cut to, where you're sort of capturing the whole scene in one go. And what that then allows you to do is cut down a video that feels dynamic, that you can swap between when different people are talking, but you can also swap to a general sort of wide shot that allows you to capture a conversation that's a bit more fast-paced, where it's not just one person talking and one person responding, or a conversation that jumps between each other, but a general conversation that sort of is fairly almost frantic, but sort of adds to your ability as well to change scenes, change angles, whenever you feel like something's getting a bit bland or a bit stale with the video side of things. Now that you've got your camera sorted, what we actually do is we hook up all our cameras to an A10 Mini. What an A10 Mini is like the audio recorder, it's a video recorder with a whole bunch of HDMI ports at the back. If you book with a studio assistant, we'd have someone here monitoring all the video streams and actually not recording in camera, but recording to an external hard drive, or an SSD in this case, where we have all streams simultaneously recorded. And that means that you'll be able to edit the video a lot simpler, because you'll have 3 streams that start at the same time, 1 for each camera, and you can cut and chop and get a constant, nice sort of timeline, rather than having to try and match, when this person stops talking and you cut to another camera, how do you time it? How do you make sure that you're not missing any bits of the conversation? So that's what we hook up the cameras to. And to me, the next most important thing, and arguably the hardest thing to do, is get your lighting right. For this video, because we're shooting sort of a behind the scenes tutorial, we've just got one light sort of hitting me and just the house lights, or the lights in the ceiling. But if you're doing like a podcast with, say, 2 guests, or even just yourself, What you want to do, in my opinion, is switch to what's called a lantern, which is a softbox that we've got in the studio, included with every single booking. And what you do is get it mounted right in between both people. And what a lantern does is that it goes around a light and softens all the light falling off. And what that means is that rather than getting harsh lighting on any guest or on any of the backgrounds, you get really soft lighting that just looks nice, looks flattering arguably to the person who's in the frame. And so that's how you handle the lighting. That's, to me, the hardest part. And then the next hardest part is how you treat your background and your surrounds. So for us here, what we do is we play around. We've got a large screen that should fall into every single frame, even if it's the edges, and it allows you to brand whatever you're shooting. We also then like to think about sort of lights around the space. We have these little curtains that just make things look a bit more interesting rather than boring. On top of that, we have ornaments that people can use and sort of place around the place. So that's what we like to think about when you're setting up and creating a video podcast for yourself.